Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Welcome to your What Do You Need to Know reading for the week of August 7th through the 13th. We're going to pull some cards here to see what Spirit wants to talk to you about, and then we're going to discuss. We'll use the 9-card spread. I'm also going to pull here a month of the year card so we can kind of drill into what do you need to know about what direction you're heading into, and let's see what the overall topic is. Marriage. Interesting. Oh my God. Oh, all right. So these are the kinds of readings that are going to be very specific. And so sun, moon, and rising becomes really important because if marriage is not a thing that's going on with you, um, then that's a thing. But for somebody that's watching this is pretty significant. We have December, so it could be that you're meeting in December or you have a December wedding. It could be that December is their date of birth, right? There's something about December that is important, but we have family wishes come true, secret admirer, and persevere, and you will overcome problems. So if you're currently married, it could be that you're suffering some kind of difficulties within the dynamics. But if you remember what brought you together in the first place and focus on those kinds of things and working together and persevere, maybe by December, by the end of the year, things sort their way out. So let's do a 9-card spread, see what other kind of information I can get with this. Pretty excited about that reading, though, so far. So I didn't know I was using this Lenormand deck until right before I turned on the camera. So hang in there with me. I'm going to do a quick shuffle here. And we're going to do that. So I sometimes get into astrology a little deep on this channel because I'm an astrologer. That was my first love. And so I think astrology adds a very important element to all of this stuff that's going on. And when I see the camel, that feels very Capricorn energy to me. And Sagittarius, it can be Capricorn season. It starts about the on the solstice on the 21st. So it could be that it is an end of the year situation that is going on with that. This wishing well is made out of stone. You know, sometimes they show them and they look like wooden things. This one's built out of stone. That feels significant. It feels like brick by brick or stone by stone. You've built something, and it should be a well that you can go into. It should be something that you can dip into. And since it says the family wishes come true, it feels like there's a need to really consider what have you built around something that brings in the sense of security for you, that allows you to bring yourself to dip into it. So it's emotional. It's an emotional well, but for some of you, it might mean that you have to get into your savings, right? So little by little, you've been putting stuff together, and now you might need to dip into your savings in order to manage whatever the situation is. But the secret admirer, I feel like you think you're being judged by your significant other or by your family or whatever. But I think that they think you got your stuff together. Overall energy is that of the moon, right? So it is that emotional water energy to really dig deep into, to really utilize at this time. The key to the situation is we have the dog of loyalty with the burden. So yeah, there's a burden. There's a difficulty, a challenge. There really is. But if you can stick with, there's a sense of loyalty that is really needed. Here, the action to take, we have this feminine receptive energy, only it's a statue, which means stay solid in what it is. This is not, okay, so let's just, this is not about cutting and running. This is about digging deep and doing the work. Here, the energy, we've got the twins. This is about having each other's back. This is where the difficulty is remembering that you two decided to take this journey together. And even though something is really tough right now, and I can tell that there is something very tough, and it might be around finances. I want to pull a few more cards here, but in the energy of what's draining your energy, we have the boat, the ship. So, and it's full sails and it is moving. And so I feel like for many of you, things have been moving really fast, and it might feel like you can't necessarily control that, but the moon invites you to use your intuition to help steer. They navigate by the stars. Oh my God, we have the Star Maiden. Sailors will navigate by the stars. So, yeah, here, thank you. So, Leah says, stand, we have a bonus card here. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Stand in your feminine divinity. Now, every person has masculine and feminine energy. And the feminine energy knows that if she will wait, she will receive. If she will trust. Right? If you will trust. So what you need is going to come to you. There's a trust that is involved. The moon is very feminine energy here, but we also have Neptune. So Neptune is in Pisces right now, and Neptune in Pisces is retrograde. Again, like I said, I can't help myself with astrology, guys, but it's important. So Neptune in December stations direct on the 6th of December. So Neptune is in retrograde right now. And so it might feel like everything is a little stagnant and stuck, like that well might need a little stirring up, a little refresher, right? It might feel like you're having to dig really deep into the well. The king of Neptune here, King Neptune, says sensitivity. That's the moon. You can feel what's going on, but things are really in retrograde right now, which means it's a reviewing process of your emotions about how you feel. It is time to dig deep. There is a dig deep energy here. And it is like a step-by-step process. It is, you're going in, you're digging deep, but it is the small details that matter. So Mercury is in retrograde, in shadow right now, stations retrograde at the end of the month. We have a lot of planets that are in retrograde right now. We've got Uranus stationing retrograde at the end of the month. We've got Venus currently in retrograde, and we have Chiron, the wounded healer, in retrograde, and Saturn also in Pisces retrograde. And so all this retrograde energy that is going on right now. I'm dyslexic. I want to check. I want to make sure I was looking at Neptune and not Saturn, just to be really sure. So there's a lot of pause, to stop. No, that was Neptune. To pause, to reflect, to figure it out. That's what's happening right now. And so we have this card of the rest. This is rest to receive. This is rest to receive. Stand your ground. You're not being asked to give anything away at this time. You have a big choice or decision coming up, right? The ways are here in the energy to anchor into. And so there is a choice and a decision. But right now, who's loyal to you? What are you loyal to? And if everything is moving really fast and you're exhausted, then stop. Catch your breath. Venus in fellow fire sign of Leo is asking you, inviting you, Aries, to recalibrate, to rest, to regenerate. She does not station direct until when does she station direct? I have it. Hold on. She stations direct. Oh God, sometime in. I don't have it written down. I can't believe this. In the middle of September, I want to say. I know she clears her shadow at the 1010 gateway. And so this is a time to revise, review, and that energy is trining yours, which means it's supporting the work you're doing. Chiron is in your sign, working on this inner child in the sense of what it is that we believe and what we're trying to grow through right now. That's also in retrograde. So what do you need to know right now? Dig deep, stand your ground, in the area of resources, we have the mountain, and so the mountain also reflects back. Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh, it stopped. There's a little basset hound that every time it sees another dog, it's just a little baby, goes nuts. He is really the sweetest dog one-on-one, but man, other dogs, oof. Okay, so it's so distracting. All right, in the area of resources, you have the mountain. And here we have this energy of something new, and it almost feels like you may have two opportunities to choose between, because the children can also represent two new things, and so there's a need to wait, to pause, to see which direction to move in. But in the meantime, we have Mercury, in shadow already, and it is squaring your energy. It's quincunx in your energy, which is annoying. So it's this energy like mom energy, and you have the mice. So how do you transform the situation? By really paying attention to the details. This one mouse is sitting on top of this bottle, and inside of this bottle there's a seahorse, and the seahorse always represents the divine masculine, divine feminine energy really working together, because it is the male seahorse that raises the babies, right? And so here in the area of the heart space moving forward, we have the seahorse, but he's out of the bottle. So you can see where the mouse is sitting on it right now, and then it is set free. And so there is something about in the small details, right? This could be the small details here, but there is a choice or a decision to make. And it's got something to do with the castle, the home, where you feel at home, who's in the home, where you live, how you live. There's something about it. And we have the card of the way, which is interesting because this card is called the ways. All right. And so there is a big choice or a decision to be made here. And this one says, your luck is always changing. Follow the natural cycles of the rise and the ebb. Walk the middle path and avoid extremes and excess. Right. Stand your ground. Rest. Regenerate. The energy is shifting right now, and I think that you can't necessarily see, and would be this mountain blocking your view in the area of resources. You can't really see what is happening. And so instead of taking the chance of, okay, so of running off a cliff is what they just said, and I see this like you're on a mountain pass and you're walking through, and the fog gets really dense, and it gets really dense, and you can't see, and it's dark out, right? Even though the moon is shining, it's like you're not really sure where the ground is. Oh, just stop and wait for the sun to rise, and burn the fog off. So there's a waiting thing here. Okay, so, all right. I can't recommend enough that you get the entire series of the Chronicles of Narnia and read them. Like, I can't recommend that enough. There's so much in them. And I can't remember which one it is. It's one of the later ones. It's one they'll never make a movie out of. It's one of the later ones where the child is walking on this mountain pass in the dark, and the lion, which represents source energy, is actually walking between the edge and this child to keep this child from falling off the cliff. And I want to say there that it's on a horse. They're riding on a horse. I'm not sure. I can't really remember all the details, but I'm seeing that there was this very treacherous place. But by moving slowly and allowing yourself to be protected, they didn't fall off the side. So avoid the extremes. You don't want to run up the hill. You don't want to go back down. That's not the option here either that would be best for you. I think the best thing is to wait for the fog to burn away and have a little more clarity. It says here, okay, let's go back to this marriage and partnership energy that is going on here, right? It says here, abandon false praise, and people around you will be truthful. And so this is ego. Abandon false praise. So You don't have to know everything, and it's okay to say you don't know everything. But you don't also want to be blowing sunshine up someone else's you know what and telling them that they know everything, because nobody actually knows everything. And if they feel like they have to know everything, that's a lot of pressure. And so an honest, truthful conversation where you give and receive, and have a nice conversation about whatever this is and what are your options and what are the opportunities in it, and how can we navigate this. It feels very partnership oriented here. Okay, so abandon false praise and people around you will be truthful, abolish formality, and those around you will be sincere. So if you are in a position, maybe this is at work or whatever, but even in your family, laying down the law right now might backfire. Sitting down and having a heart-to-heart conversation, right? In the heart space, we have this masculine energy that's nurturing, right? And so this is not about being overly aggressive. There's a lot of feminine energy here. This is about, but there's also two masculine energies that are very emotionally connected, right? There's a lot of energy here about they're very connected to their emotional energy and their ability to have these conversations that way. And so, and look, he is sitting there and he's got his trident of power, but he's open to receiving. Actually, that's his giving blessings hand that's open there, because this is his right hand. So your sensitivity, your ability, whether you are divine masculine or divine, whether you identify as a male, female, or non-binary, you have divine masculine, divine feminine energies. But right now, it is about taking action through being very sensitive and receiving, right? Receiving the input from others. Communication requires a sender and a receiver. And right now, there's something about the need to be the receptive energy. But by encouraging it, by you also sharing. It's not just about taking in the energy, but it's also about a flow, a give and a take. So, abolish formality around you, and you will be successful. Forsake cleverness, and people will be kind to each other. This isn't about winner take all. This is about creating the win-win in the dynamics, which I think for many of you is family oriented. You know, whether you have to do it at work in order to bring it in at home, but I feel like this very much feels like it is around the home. There's a real sense, a real need here to be loyal to your family unit by showing up, by listening, by being supportive, and by problem solving together. And it feels very much like it's a group activity. Also with these mice, we got a big mice and two little mice, right? Mama mice and two baby mice. And so there's a real collaboration here about how do we get what it is that we need. How do we get what it is that we need? All right, you have ruby and fuchsite. I attract romance filled with divine love. I have a healthy sex life. Can't make this stuff up. For those of you who right now feel like you're headbutting with your partner, bring it back to what initially did you like about each other? The secret admirer. Remember what it is that drew and attracted you to this person in the first place, and focus on that. And that might be the well that needs to be filled up, because this is a vase, right? And here we have this well. And so maybe you need to pour your emotions back into the stuff that you really loved so that you can reconnect, because there's a lot of strength that comes from that connection. Increase your passion for life and relationships. Attract spiritually aligned romance, love, and your soulmate. We have green tourmaline. Believe in unlimited wealth and success for all. That's the win-win. Act philanthropically, which means giving of yourself. So it's back to school time. All the parents are cheering. It's the most wonderful time of the year. But there are a lot of families that's scary, because I grew up really poor. And it was hard to have something new to wear to school, or to have for my mom to come up with new notebooks, or that we didn't do backpacks back then, and those are super expensive. Can you contribute to some organization in your community that helps out? Can you drop something off? Can you donate something? Cash is good. Right? If you can only give them $10, cash is good. The thing is that if you are feeling blocked financially when you open up, maybe you can't give cash. Maybe you offer to go in and help them to, stuff the backpacks that they're going to deliver, or whatever it is they're going to do. Maybe you volunteer your time. Maybe you have connections with an owner of a store or something, where you can go in and ask them for a donation to this organization, right? And so there are a lot of ways that you can help out that don't require your actual financial input, that can make a big difference. So take a look around. How can you help? Because that helps to open up the floodgate for yourself, but more importantly, the emotional satisfaction that comes from helping others. When you realize that there are people that have it even tougher than you, it definitely makes you a lot more grateful. And gratitude always opens up the door to wealth. So realize the infinite supply available, magnetic, ethical, heart-centered business associates. Abundance and prosperity are an infinite supply. I am grateful for the blessings in my life. Green tourmaline. How can you make a difference right now in your community? How can you listen a little more and love a little more in your family, and from there let it flow out even more? There's an ability right now with Chiron helping to heal these wounds in your sign that allows you to really reconfigure some things. And so it is in paying attention to the small details. Your significant other takes out the trash. It's okay to, instead of saying, hey, are you going to take out the trash, say, thank you so much for always taking out the trash, because I really don't like doing it, and it really, I think that means that you must love me a lot. And so you find ways to express gratitude for this person, that maybe gets up in the morning and doesn't use up all the hot water, or starts the coffee for you, even though they don't drink coffee. They know you need coffee in the morning, right? So how can you pour back the emotional waters into this vase of admiring your partner? See what you can do there. What a fabulous reading. It's very interesting. All right, guys, can't wait to see your comments. I'm on Facebook every day, do a lot more astrology over there. Working with Venus over there. I have been low energy. I'm not really on my game over there, but hey, 8-8 Gateway, that recharged me. You can expect to find a lot over there moving forward till we get to that 10-10 Gateway. So you guys take really good care of yourselves, and thanks for supporting this channel with your comments and your thumbs up, and for sharing. Guys, have a great day. Talk to you soon.